Hello and thanks for joining me on this special episode of Celtic Corner. We have a couple of special guests in today to discuss the state of the clubs, if you will. We have Celtic Youtuber Brian, 117.5. Rangers Youtuber BJ Nova is going to stop in and give us his thoughts from the other side of the city, and maybe Steevee will drop in from Celtic Park and give us. If you like this sort of content, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, comment with your thoughts. If people like it and it gets views and subscribers, I'll try and do this a little bit more often. It just does take a lot more work than just the standard update videos. But if people watch it, I'll make. So the trade window is now shut. Whoever is on your team, that is it. No more incoming, outgoing until January. So for the league, for League Cup games, and for Europe, this is the team that we have. Have Celtic, have Rangers, have they done enough to improve? Have they stayed the same? Have they got worse? We will be discussing that today. So without more faffing from me, I think we can get right into it. Now let's get some thoughts from Brian, 117.5, who has finally made it to his computer. So thanks for joining me, Brian. Just give us a rundown on your thoughts of where Celtic currently are as a team, as a club. Do you think we're going to win the league? Have we got enough to win the league? Have we improved on last season? Pretty much. Thank you, Jared, for having me, and thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Sorry I was a bit late. I was watching the wrestling. I love the wrestling, me. It's been a bit of a busy week this week. Lots of rumours. Champions League draw. Late transfers. And I've been on my holidays. Now, what's my thoughts on the state of Celtic, the transfer window, etc.? Look, for one, we got in a left back to challenge Taylor. And he looks like a bit of a player, a position I feel we've needed for a few seasons. Someone to come in and push Taylor, who's done a good job for us, but I'm glad we finally got another left back in to do a job. Now, I just want to caveat this next point with I am a fan of Liam Scales, but we definitely needed another centre-back in the door that can challenge for that position of partner to Cameron Carter-Vickers. And Trusty is also an international player for the US, playing alongside CCV. So I think he should fit in well. There's been a bit of negativity around his signing, but I trust Brendan. Brendan Rodgers, he's my man. Greatest ever Celtic manager. If he brings him in, then I think Trusty has my trust. And we got in our Matt O'Reilly replacements, Arnie Engel and Luke McGowan. Now, Luke is a long-term Celtic fan who can do a job for us, and I just love seeing lifetime Celtic fans come in and get a chance to play for Celtic. But I'm just a specky sentimental softie. And Engel has been called a wonder kid from the Bundesliga, and now he gets to play under Brendan Rodgers, so I'm excited to see how he can develop under the best coach and manager in the world, and maybe even become better than Matt when he leaves. Who knows? Iwata left. That was a shock. No one saw that coming. I didn't see any rumours while I was on my holidays. But I guess Luke fills that quota for European games, which I kind of think Iwata, odd man out, so out the door. And our first signings, the goalkeepers. Now, everyone knows I'm a massive Joe Hart fan. Joe Hart's one of the greatest players to ever put on a football jersey. But Brendan Rodgers has done a magnificent job of replacing Joe Hart as a player and a leader, and just a good person in the locker room with Kasper Schmeichel, and he got him for free. So that's a pretty good bit of business there. And also, at the same time, Sinisalo comes in as the probable replacement for Kasper once he leaves or retires or whatever he chooses to do. This is why Brendan Rodgers is the greatest manager in the world. We also managed to bring back Bernardo and Ida, both proven players in the system. They've done a really good job for us last year. They've also improved over that time. So I've managed to pretty much bring back the core of last year's team, except for Matt. All players have improved. They are better. And then we've managed to bring in more quality and depth. So overall, I think this has been quite successful. For me, looking forward, I think we're going to win the league, maybe a cup or two, but I'm more interested in the Champions League. I want the dates to come out so I can see where we're playing away, because I need to book my holidays. But thanks for having me on your channel. I need to go. My ma has got my tea ready. I think we're having mince and tatties. I'll talk to you. Thanks a lot for your thoughts, Brian. Hope you have a great time on all your holidays. Now, let's find out what's been going on the other side of the city. What have Rangers been up to in this pre-season? Do they still exist? Now, on that note, thanks for joining us, BJ Nova. Hello, I am BJ Nova, and thank you for inviting me to your brand new video. Look, the last couple of months at Rangers have been, let's say, interesting. We got cooked at our home ground. Rumours were flying about the club being broke. I know yous would have loved that. And the club has just been run like a Donald Trump Twitter account. It's frightening. On a positive, we did clear out some dead weight. But in true Rangers management fashion, we cleared out more than a team's worth of players for less than the price of a Mikey Johnson. Including Cantwell, who at one price Troops was priced at over £40 million for Cantwell. We couldn't get a can of iron brew and a meat pie for our management this transfer window, bringing in hee-haw. But we have managed to keep buttling. We've brought in a few projects and a couple of what could be cheeky signings. So you brought me here for the state of Rangers. Here's my thoughts. Let's start with my favourite player, Cerny. He gives us what is needed, a proper right winger. He is setting up plays. He is going to cause some damage down that weakness of Celtic's left-hand side. Then we have everyone's favourite, Dessers. Now, we thought he might have been out of the door, but he's managed to turn it around this year. He's playing some good football, despite all the negativity that he has, rightly or wrongly, been receiving from the internet community. Then we brought in the young Connor Barron on a free. That's our price range at the moment. But he is a brilliant young prospect. Already looking like one of the best players on our team. But we have had a mad ending to the transfer window, Troops, with 3 new signings in August. With the signings, I think these 3 will make the biggest difference, not including Cerny. First one I'd like to mention is Proper. He is a proper centre-back, which is what we need. Our defence badly needed a bit of a revamp. It is currently leakier than a submarine visiting the Titanic, Troops. If we went into the rest of the season with Sutar and Balogun as our only 2 viable options at centre-back, the grades I would have gotten this season is ridiculous. And one of our most recent signings, Neary. Can't he pronounce his real name, but we are calling him Neary. Right back. That's right, troops. Another right back that won't be playing. Right back. Because our third best right back on the team is the team captain. But he also plays a bit of centre back, centre defensive midfield, and left back. He can play anywhere. He can do a bit of everything. That's why I am calling him the Dutch Sterling. And having another Sterling on your team isn't a bad thing. Which brings us to our attack, and we have brought in Barjimi. He's a number 10. He's a number 10 who likes to shoot and move around. With Cantwell gone, we've got Dowell, who's a backup at best, and Tom Lawrence, who is as slow as the Celtic board is reaching for their wallet. You see what I did there? Which, troops, brings us to the question of the day, and the reason why we are on this channel. The state of the Rangers football team. Are we better than last year? Where are we going to finish? And the answer is yes, we are better than last year. At least on the pitch. Maybe not in the boardroom, but didn't he get me started on that? Got a couple of players in that will start immediately and impact, especially on defense. We have a few attackers that actually like to attack. Funny that. And midfielders that can move the damn ball. I am looking forward to seeing how Clement uses Sterling and Neary. Two players that look like they can do anything, play anywhere, be the best at whatever the hell they want to do. Now, where do I think Rangers are going to finish? I know this is a Celtic channel, but I can't go against my team. Rangers 1, Celtic 2nd. We have brought in enough. You guys have lost Matt O'Reilly, last year's third best player in the league behind Shankland and Butland. Come at me with the hate in the comments. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is my short recap of what has happened, where Rangers are at right now, and where we could be headed. Thanks for having me on the channel. See you next time. Thank you, BJ Nova, for giving us an insight into what's happening on the other side. And it's good to see you still have some blind faith in your team. This weekend should be a fun one for you. So I just got a text from Steevee, and he is at Celtic Park now, ready to go. So, hello, Oh, I'm buzzing. Bit sad that Matt O'Reilly's gone. A brilliant player, him. Best Celtic player since Juranovic, in my opinion. But even without him, with the incomings, I think we're overall a better team. But you know me, always the optimist. Was an interesting transfer window, this one. All came in a bit late, but at least it's done, it's over. Look, in my opinion, we needed another left back, a centre back, and at least one Matt O'Reilly replacement. We got two, so job done. I can't see us losing the league. Maybe even a treble. And I'd like to see us challenge in the upcoming Champions League in Europe. Maybe even finish in the top 24. You know me, always the opt. Alright, that's it for me. Short and sweet. Just spotted an absolute 10 walk into that bar over there. Gonna go buy her a drink. See if I can charm her with my electric personality. You know me, always the optimist. Thank you for those insightful thoughts as always, Steevee. Try not to get yourself into too much trouble. Alright, so that's where both teams stand after the end of the trade window. Celtic have improved, filled some much needed holes, and Rangers still exist. Successful on both sides. So if you like this content, subscribe. I'll be back very soon for a Rangers preview video. So subscribe so you can see when that is put up. And I will see you in that.